Welcome, ladies and perverts, to my brand new podcast starring me, Dan Vandal, and today I have with me the very beautiful MP.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Hello, hello, hello.
How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you.
How's your week been?
Busy, busy, busy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
Smacking naughty boys around.
Again?
Again.
God, you thought you'd got bored of that.
No, never.
Huh,
It's how I get my fitness in. It's my cardio. Pegging young boys, smacking them about.
Good lord, you're a monster.
I'm a beast.
Right, so this is our first podcast. It's crazy, right?
It's so crazy.
You excited?
So excited.
So I've got a few questions for you.
Okie
Just to
dokie.
sort of introduce you to everybody. And
Okay.
I'm just going to sort of go with it, right? Is that okay?
Shoot.
Shoot, right, so the first one I got for you is have you got like a lot of friends and family that know about your side hustle?
I would say yes, but only because I'm a really open person. The people that I feel should know about it know about it.
Yeah.
My friends, we like to have a bit of a laugh about it. You obviously know about it.
I know about what?
About me being an MP.
Wait, what?
What?
Oh my god.
About me being a badass bitch.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Yeah, quite a few people know about it. The people that need to know about it, and some other people know about it too. There's
yeah.
some people that I won't tell.
Why?
I don't know, because some people aren't ready to handle it.
You reckon?
Yeah, some people can be really judgy.
You're worried about the negative connotation that goes with doing what you do, right?
Yeah, because some people think that we're just jazzed up prostitutes.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with prostitution. If you want to be a sex worker, go girl. But yeah, it's a very different world from what you class as sex work.
Okay.
So yeah, people can kind of get lost in that.
Yeah, but
They
why?
just sort of bundle you.
Why does it bother you so
Why does it
much?
bother me personally?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't really thought it through. I just suppose because I have my normal life, as you would say.
Your vanilla life, yeah.
Yeah, my vanilla life, and
Mhm.
I just I like to keep the two separate sometimes.
Yeah, that makes sense. You don't really want things to cross over too much.
No.
And so I'm assuming you have I know you have a vanilla group of friends,
Yeah,
and then you have your
kink friends.
kink friends. Is that what we
Yeah.
call them now?
Yeah, kink friends, like kink friendly.
Okay.
People that I'd get involved in if, say, someone wanted a session and wanted someone to watch them being humiliated, then I would call upon my kink friends as opposed to my vanilla friends who would be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, we've discussed that before, haven't we? Not
Yeah.
getting into this sort of thing with
People that we know. You
Yeah.
don't really do it with friends and family. Actually, saying that, one of my dom friends, Miss Laura, she got her friend involved, and her friend actually did a nasty on her and underhanded her.
oof.
I know, and now that's
Shout
their
out
friendship.
Miss Laura.
And their friendship is completely in tatters now. Whoops.
Shagged, as we would
Yeah.
say. Wowzers, that's not good.
No.
So is Miss Laura? She's a good dom friend.
Yeah, Miss Laura Coates, she's been great. She's been really supportive. It's really hard to find in the dom community your own way sometimes, especially if you're newer to the scene. It's very cliquey, so you have the people that came before you, and massive respect to all of them, because without them, it wouldn't exist. But then, yeah, when you're trying to find your feet and you're very new to the industry, it can be really daunting, and you have so many different types of doms.
Yeah.
A big thing that I've seen recently are Instadoms, we call them.
Instadoms? Okay.
Yeah,
Tell me
say
more.
Instadoms. They are the showgirls, really, the ones that will give the brilliant content, pictures, I'm this, I'm that, but don't do any real-time sessions. The Twitter findoms as well. This seems to be a huge thing since COVID's happened, that there's been an influx of young girls who are just like, pay me, you little pay pig, and yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. You
Yeah.
showed me this before, right?
Yeah, so it's just a huge thing on Twitter where there's just loads and loads of girls with no experience, no thought to aftercare, no training of any form whatsoever, going into Twitter writing, oh, I'm a mistress, I do this, I do that, I'm a goddess, send me your money. And for the most part, it can be really harmless, but sometimes it can be really, really dangerous, especially if you have a submissive with slightly mental health issues.
Yeah,
There's been a big thing about it.
It sounds like this. What did you call it? What did you say it was?
Instadom.
No, the other
Twitter.
one. Twitter what?
Findoms.
Twitter Findoms. It sounds like this Twitter Findoms might be a sand in your vagina kind of moment. Kind of upsetting, right? Does it sort of tarnish what you guys do?
Yeah, it does. It gives us a really bad name. It's like if you ordered something off Wish.
Uh-huh.
You could have a real dom, which would be great, which would be top caliber dom.
Yeah.
That's done lots of real time sessions, and then you get your Wish dom, and it's a real low basic sort of no training, has just learnt off the internet, doesn't have a single dominant bone in their body. It's just an act. So
so it's not even like somebody that's just starting in this.
Well,
world.
some young girls start like that, but it's generally they start off, especially the findoms. It's more of a joke to real dominatrixes. We sort of laugh at other findoms
and
because
findom is financial domination.
Yeah, it's financial domination, but there's like hundreds of thousands of them on Twitter now, and it's really ruined the scene. It used to be a really good scene, and it used to be really easy for what we call pay piggies to contact a dom and get their services, but now it's been so oversaturated by this particular type of domination from people that don't really know what they're doing. They find and they tend to con people, that it's harder and harder and harder to actually, act on that fetish properly, because people don't understand it. They're just saying, give me your money. And then they do some sort of like, fuck you silly bastard. Or they're just, they say some derogatory words, and that's about it really. They just abuse them, and there's so much more to that. There's a lot more aftercare. You've got to be careful with what you say, and a lot of these people don't understand limits. A lot of them are 17 to 18-year-old girls just trying to make a quick buck.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Surely they can get money from mummy and daddy to go McDonald's, no? They don't need to go and do this.
No.
There's got to be easier ways to earn it.
Well, it's easy.
Oh, maybe there isn't easier ways.
No, it is easy, because if you're a pretty young girl and you don't mind putting pictures up on the internet, you don't even have to be a pretty young girl. You can be a catfish. You can use a pretty young girl's pictures, and someone will still fall for it and pay you some dollar.
Oh, I've no doubt.
Yeah. When men are horny and they have their dicks in their hands, they're very manipulated. You can manipulate them very well.
Yeah, I can understand that.
I've got a pair of shoes from a horny man with a credit card.
Yeah, I know. Thanks for that. So you've been doing this a very while, right? This gig, you've been doing it a long time.
Yeah. So I started off in the kink scene. I went to a couple of parties. I've always had sort of kink friendly friends.
Kind of parties. The discotheque.
The German dungeon porn parties. The kind of parties where people play hard trance and wear gas masks. Those kind of parties.
Techno.
Techno. So I've always been into sort of exploring my sexuality from a really early age, and I've been in the scene for quite a while, and it was about 2 or 3 years ago that someone said to me, oh, you should really, charge for this. You're dominant, you're bossy, you're great. Why are you not doing this professionally? And then I was just like, why aren't I doing this professionally? Yeah. And then, I've just was like, I've got the skill base. I'm always evolving. I'm always developing my craft.
Yeah.
And so I've just gone for it.
Good.
And here we are.
Why not, right?
Yeah, why not?
So when you started doing it, who was one of your big influences that made you go, actually, yeah, fuck it, why not? Let's just give it a go and see what happens.
So there's a local one to where we are, and her name is Nikki Whiplash. She's been in the business for over 15 years. Love
Whiplash.
that. I know.
It sounds like one of those names you hear on what's that program you watched on the drag queen thing?
Oh, RuPaul's Drag Race.
It sounds like one of those. It sounds like one of them.
But she's incredible. She has worked her butt off for 15 years. She's bought a massive mansion house thing with a dungeon, everything. She is living the dream, and she's bought that somewhere up in Hampshire. Yeah. And she brings out some brilliant content, and she's done all sorts of tours. She's done double doming, and so that's someone that I really looked up to, because it's inspiring, especially when it's so local. Another really...
Is she still doing it now?
Yes, she's still doing it.
Wow.
Yeah, she's incredibly popular. And
how old is she roughly?
Oh gosh, I think she's like late 30s.
Okay.
Yeah. I think she's early 30s, late 30s. I don't want to offend anyone. I don't know, but she's
it's
she's
all
a
right.
blonde bombshell, and she's brutal. She's really brutal.
Yeah.
And I love that. Another massive influence for me is Sybil Troy. She's just fantastic. If
I
if
heard
you
the
want
name.
if you want anal fisting and your balls chopped off, then she's your girl.
I think I'm all right.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
Yeah, I don't think
She
I need
actually married one of her submissives.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he's a photographer. Len Weasel, he is on Twitter. But fantastic couple, and yeah, two really good influences of mine.
Good. That sounds pretty amazing. See, like, I think quite a lot of people get into this sort of thing, as happens quite often, as like a direct result of watching something like this on TV, such as 50
Bonding.
Shades of Grey.
No, 50 Shades of Grey, you're not going to get into it from 50 Shades of Grey. That's,
Bonding.
Yeah, Bonding is more realistic.
Diary of a Cool Girl.
Yeah, not for dom work.
Bonding
but-
was good. I enjoyed that. That was a good show.
Yeah, no, it was really, really good, and there was lots of instances that I'd been in which were quite similar.
Yeah.
But
Now, how similar is it then? How similar is a show like
I would say Bonding was probably the more accurate.
Yeah.
It was definitely more accurate.
But like, in which way?
Just the whole the session when she was doing the breath play with the other mistress, learning of under another dom.
Yeah.
The fact that dungeons and things are under threat constantly by, I don't know, the law, pressure for money,
The man, I think they
the
call it,
man, the patriarch.
don't they? Yeah.
But yeah, no, there's which is crazy, really, because most of the people complaining about it are the people that come and see you, especially politicians. They're the worst.
Yeah, you've got one of these, right?
Yeah, one of the guys making the laws is.
You've got one of these in your little black book, haven't you?
I have. Yeah, I have.
Give us a name.
No names, never, never. You'll never pry them from my dead cold body.
So in that Bonding series, there's quite a lot of. Is it series 2, I think, where there's a madam or a madame, and she's teaching other dominatrixes. That's something you're starting to do a bit of now, right?
Yeah, just sort of coaching. I think it's really important that you learn under another dom, or if you can't just go in there blindly. It's dangerous. What we do is a craft, and you have to learn it. You wouldn't just turn up to a job and be like, oh yeah, I can do all of this, and then sort of blag your way through, because people will see through you straight away.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
They're pretty. These people that come to see you have generally. They come and see other mistresses first, so you don't want to look like an amateur when they turn up.
You should do like a badge system like they have in the Scouts.
You've got your first bullwhip badge. Well
Yeah.
done, you.
That'd make life a lot easier
That
for
would.
a
Like, you could have a
sub
little
that's trying to find a dominatrix.
Girl
You could-
Scout badge.
Yeah, have a little Girl Scout.
To be fair,
badges.
like
or like stars like they have at McDonald's.
yeah,
That'd be a lot easier, right?
that'd be really good.
Have you got because it must be really difficult for a submissive, especially somebody that's never been and seen a dominatrix,
to find a proper dom.
to find one and like contact them
So-
and speak about the kind of stuff they're into and what they do and don't like and stuff. How would
Well,
you?
this is
Well, like, give me a brief rundown of what you would want how you would want a submissive to contact you,
okay. I was
and
gonna.
like what they should say and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Can I talk? Yes,
No.
I can talk. I can always talk. So basically, what happens is if you're a proper mistress, you generally have your own website.
Mm-hmm.
And on there will be like your list of services, tribute prices, a gallery, things like that. So that's one option. If you Google mistresses and things like that, it will normally come up with like a professional mistress website or elite mistresses, or there's different websites, and mistresses will add their thing to the their advert to this like forum,
Yeah.
and then you can go from there. A lot of people go on FetLife, Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of things. Like generally, if you use your brain and you've not got your dick in your hand at the time that you're searching,
Surely that's
then
why you
you're-
do this, though.
yeah. But when you're searching for the right person, don't be doing it whilst you're all like hornified, like because you'll just end up paying any old person.
Yeah.
It's, it's got to be something that's actually organised. You can't just say, oh, I fancy this right now, and then boom. It's not McDonald's. It's not a drive-through. You can't drive through Dom.
Yeah, I mean, I know you get a lot of that, don't you? You get
I
a lot of
do,
messages. Like,
yeah.
you'll receive one now saying, are you free in half an hour?
Oh, God, yeah. The worst for it is adult work. I mean, I love adult work. It's a great platform, especially for sex workers. But I've taken a lot of time.
It does seem a little archaic now, though, that adult work, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, I've spent a lot of time on my profile, and I clearly state what I will and won't do, and I still get the most ridiculous questions. Like, what did I have the other week? If I give you £20, can you help me finish my wank? You can either do it at your front door or in your van. I was like, what?
Wasn't it? Come to my van and wank me off.
It's like, what kind of van?
How could you turn that down? I'd be all over it.
No. I was just like,
Certainly,
no.
I'd be right there.
I was like, what's going through your head? No.
I can imagine what was going through his head.
No.
Jeepers creepers.
But yeah, you just if you want to find a reputable one, then generally I would say search on the mistress directories.
Yeah?
Yeah,
That's a good
Professional
place to start.
Mistresses is a good one because they do it in categories as like counties and things like that, local to you.
Okay.
So yeah.
So then what should a submissive do prior to contacting you? Like, what should I have in mind before I send you an email saying, "Can you spank my bottom, please, miss"? what should I have? What should I have written down, ready to message
well,
you?
firstly, you should have money because that's what you'll need. Secondly, willingness to learn. You also need to really think about your kinks. Like, it's fine to not know what you really like, and it's fine to have like a taster menu. Most DOMs will offer you a variety of things to try on your first time. A lot of people are quite set in their kink ways already, and they're quite specific with what they like.
Yeah.
Because obviously everyone's got different fetishes and needs. It's really important just to vocalize what you're into, what you're looking for, how long you're looking for, what the end result is. And yeah, that's kind of the basics, and always approach with the most respect.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as someone annoys me off the bat, that's it. I'm just not even going to bother. I rarely get back to someone who hasn't approached properly, and it's always nice to either send a voucher or a gift card or just even a compliment. Like, things like that mean a lot. It's a show of respect.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's quite good.
Especially
that's quite
on
good
Twitter,
advice, that, isn't it?
Yeah, especially on Twitter. If you're approaching a dom, a lot of them will have a lot of thin doms will have a tribute approach. You can't DM me unless you pay this, or you've got this and that. But just, normal, proper professional doms, it's still nice to receive a gift card and things like that. It's a sure way to get to speak to someone, to get someone's attention, shall we say.
Yeah, because, I mean, you get a lot of messages. Like, your phone does not bloody stop.
Oh, yeah, it's all day. It's all day long.
How do you... Like, how the hell do you go through it all?
Oh, you just filter it out. If it's got poor spelling, it's not for me. If it's got something like, oh, mistress, here's my dick, and that's their first message, it's a no from me.
Yeah.
I generally don't like it when they text me telling me exactly what they want straight away. Like, I like it when they're like, "Hello, mistress, my name is blah blah blah. These are the things that I would like to do. What do you specialize in? A few questions about me, a couple of compliments chucked in there, and then I'm like, oh, I like that. Yeah, I will reply to you."
Okay. That makes more sense.
It's like if you were going out on a date, or if you were in a bar. You'd buy a lady a drink if you wanted to approach her or speak to her, wouldn't you? Generally, you'd buy a drink, or it's very much the same. We're in a nightclub. You want to come and approach me. You want to make a mark. You want to be that one that I'm going to respond to.
Yeah.
Then make your mark.
Yeah, I think if I really liked her, I'd buy her a puppy.
Well, don't do that. We don't want them. We don't want puppies.
Are you allowed to take puppies in nightclubs anymore?
No. I don't think you ever were.
You've not been to the right nightclubs.
Apparently not.
So, run me through your average day then. Because, I mean, I know obviously what your average day is, but the people that are listening, they do not.
My average day at work, or my average day at work?
I don't understand that question.
I have two works. I have my vanilla works and my kink works.
Nobody cares about your vanilla works.
Oh, okay.
No
So
offense.
my normal kink work.
Your vanilla work's very boring.
It's incredibly boring. Well, it depends what day it is. It depends on who I'm seeing.
Thursday.
Thursday's my filming day. So
Okay, not
I
Thursday,
see.
Friday.
Okay, Friday. I can have anything from 2 to 3 clients. I don't like to see too many in a day because it takes a lot of creativity, and it actually really does take it out of you. People think it's really easy, but to be on the top of your game, you've got to constantly be mentally stimulating them as well as physically stimulating them. So
You mean beating them?
what did I do on Friday? Friday was corporal punishment in the morning. So corporal punishment is spanking,
my
paddling, ball whips, floggers, hands, spoons, spatulas, anything really, cane. So we did that beating. I had the plumber. I call him the plumber. I had the plumber. That was pegging, which is strap on.
Yeah.
Me fully clothed, him completely naked, taking it in the bum like a pro.
Oh God, you made me
Little
shiver.
cry afterwards.
Little cry.
Little cry afterwards.
Cry in the shower.
And then followed by last client of the day, which would be an edging session. So tie and tease, really gentle, and then edging, speaking to them, telling them what to do, like jerk off instructions. So they have their dicks in their hands, and I'm just talking to them and looking them in the eye, making them do things to themselves, while seducing them and getting them to edge. So basically to the point of ejaculation, stop, have a rest, then up to the point of ejaculation again, and see how many times they can go without exploding.
That sounds like murder.
People love it.
Really?
Yeah,
No.
they do.
No, I'm not a fan already.
It's a massive orgasm at the end, I'm told.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
It's
I'm
very
alright.
popular.
I'm alright without, I think.
Okay.
A pass.
It's called gooning, actually. If you edge and edge and edge to a certain person, they'll be like, I'm gooning over you. And you're like, okay.
Gooning?
Gooning.
A gooning.
Yes,
And not like,
gooning.
hey, you guys.
No, not that kind of
right,
gooning.
'cause that'd be weird.
Gooning, like, oh, I'm gooning over you, mistress. It's like a slang term for
Oh my God, I made
edging.
myself laugh.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Oh God, I'm going to have to press pause. Oh dear, no, I can contain it.
Stop it now.
Hey, you guys. Oh, that's very funny. Oh well. So
Stop it.
what's the best way then for somebody to explain their kinks and limits to you when they haven't already seen you before?
What, like in an email?
Yeah, like how should I contact a dominatrix and say the sort I've seen dominatrixes before, and I now want to contact a brand new one and say, hey, this is me.
Okay.
I like.
Yeah, so you'll tell them what you
whatever.
like. You'll give them a list of things that you like.
Yeah.
So, hi, I'm into chastity, teasing, denying, feet, foot worship, facing, all of those different things. And then the dominatrix will get back to you and say, well, hello there, young one. Or really old one. I offer this. These are my limits. This is what I'm happy to do. And then generally, if it's a good dom, they'll ask you back what your limits are.
Oh, okay.
Because it's very important to stick to limits and be consensual, unless you're doing non-consensuals consenting.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then and then I'm assuming you rehash this conversation again prior to going
Yeah,
into
I
battle.
always, if it's a new one, into battle. 10 men were in his bum. At the ready.
That's Wednesdays, right? Not
That's
Friday.
yeah, no, that's Wednesdays. So yeah, no, everyone is different. Everyone has different limits. There is just a crazy variety of all the things. Like, I don't offer everything because one, I couldn't. Two, I don't want to. I'm quite
some of it is
like, I do domming because I enjoy it. It's, money is a great part, but I do it for the best part because I enjoy it. I enjoy it greatly. So
yeah, okay. So I'm assuming you turn people down relatively often then.
oh, all the time. Well, like
every day, all the time.
Yeah, every day. There's at least one person that I'm turning down.
Really?
Because if I don't like it and I don't feel like I'm gonna put my all into it, then I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
If I get bad vibes, I'm definitely not going to put myself in risk.
Yeah, I've heard you muttering bad vibes at your phone quite often.
Yeah, you can get a real sense of someone sometimes from their messages.
Yeah.
And as a dominant woman, I can already see when someone's going to try and top me from the bottom, and I don't want that.
Yeah, you get a lot of those messages that go along the lines of how much to shag you and stuff like that, don't you?
Yeah, I get so many of them, yeah.
And that's when you know that they blatantly haven't read your profile.
Yeah, and they're just like, oh, I'm submissive. I'm like, you're not at all. You just wanted to see if you can... there seems to be this real thing where people like to visit DOMs to see if they can turn them, and it's really not endearing at all.
It's laughable.
Yeah, it's gross. It's gross.
Mm.
I'm just like, keep your money, shove it up your ass, enjoy yourself, goodbye. Like, I think some people think that I'm that hard up for money, that they're like, oh yeah, how much to do this? And I'm like, there is nothing that's going to make me change my morals on this.
Not
Kind
even a
sir,
puppy?
goodbye. No, not even a puppy. Shove that up your ass too. Piss off.
Oh, gosh.
No, don't do that.
There's probably
Not
a
the
market
puppy.
for that, I think.
There probably is. I mean, there's hamsters.
These Germans will do anything. So, this is something I was speaking to our friend Hayley the other day about you.
Okay.
We were recording a new episode
Oh God, I've not even heard this.
for a new series that I'm doing where I essentially bring people in, some like friends and family and workmates and stuff like that. Some of them know about your life, your second life, should I say,
Yeah.
and some of them don't.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to tell them whilst recording it just to see what happens.
Gosh, can we not?
It's pretty evil, right?
That's horrendous. Why would you do this?
Just because I'm a horrible person. But anyway,
Okay.
I was talking to her about this the other day, and I wrote it down because I wanted to ask you about it, because I wasn't really sure where you stood. And essentially is married clients.
What about them?
That's something you do.
Yeah, 100%.
How do you feel about that morally?
I do not morally care.
Okay. Why?
Because I'm not fucking them.
Yeah, but still.
I don't care because my relationship with you, I'm honest about everything we do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm honest about what I do.
Yeah.
I have my limits. I stick to my limits.
Yeah.
And if a man is gonna, most of the time, I don't even know if they're married. We don't really converse about things like that.
Yeah.
They're there to get their rocks off. And as long as it's in a safe environment,
Uh-huh.
and they stick within the parameters and the limits, then
Parameters, yeah.
parameters. Yeah, as long as they stick to that, then, you know, and they're respectful, then I don't mind. I think everyone has a part of themselves that they hide from their partner.
Yeah.
And I feel that there is no shame. I don't believe that you can have a partner and they can fulfill every sexual need of yours. There's a lot of submissives who would love to do this with their girlfriends and their wives, but the thought of almost coming out to them and saying, look, can you do this, horrifies them because they know that their partners would be absolutely disgusted.
Yeah, but surely that person, your partner, should be the one person that you can say,
No.
would you mind sticking a fork in my bumhole?
Okay, we've
That
we've
should
not
be
done
the
forks.
one person, though, right?
No,
Out of
because
anybody.
imagine if your partner, you fall in love with someone
Yeah.
and then they're really submissive, you're really submissive, and you're
Uh-huh.
asking them to be dominant, and they're like, what? And they're like, I don't even know how to peg. And it's just easier to go and see a professional. Like,
Yeah.
I love you dearly, but I wouldn't want you to give me a haircut. I want that service done by a professional.
Yeah.
If you're a submissive, you want certain things done to you in a certain way, go to a professional. It's clean, it's safe. You know, I'm not going to text them and say, oh, hey, I miss you so much. And that, it's a service. It was done. And we had a great time, and you did your business, I did my business, and that's it at the end of the day.
That's probably
Let it be on their conscience.
That's probably the most sense you've ever made.
But
That whole haircut thing. Just then I understood that more than anything else you've ever said.
you know, why can't married
And you talk
people...
a lot.
Why can't married people have fun? Like, I'm not all up for like affairs and things like that, but what I'm doing is a service. It's doing something that
Yeah, but
they feel
like
their
at
partner couldn't.
what point does going to see a dominatrix then become an affair?
If you're fucking them, I think.
What that's where the line is.
I think if you
Do you see what I mean?
have I
It's
think if
real-
you have like
it's
a real intimate
muddy
relationship.
area, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a real muggy, muddy, murky area. But at the end of the day, I was going to say, as long as you're not hurting anyone, which I am,
Yeah.
it's okay. I don't know. You'd have to ask them really, because I'm very honest with
That
you
sounds
about
like
what
a fantastic idea.
I do. Try getting them in here, bless. I'll just tie them up.
Can
then,
you just
not
make them
having-
do it, please?
Yeah, okay. I'll tie them up to the chair.
Sweet. Oh my god. Coming up
Cute,
soon.
imagine. Coming up soon for my next session.
Why this married guy sees a dominatrix.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, you haven't helped me at all. See, I spoke to Hayley about this. I didn't get anywhere with it. I thought, you know what I'll do?
I think
I'll speak to MP and she'll tell me exactly
Okay.
why and how it works. But you've just made the waters muddier. Thank
no, I
you.
haven't. I
You've
think
made them much muddier.
my opinion is it's okay. I don't think that your partner can give you everything you want emotionally and sexually, and I think it's okay to go and get your kick somewhere else. Like I said, there's a part of ourselves that we never show anyone else, and whether it be that,
Yeah.
then that's fine, you know.
So it'd be cool if I went and saw a dominatrix then.
Well, not really, because I specialise in it. So
It'd be cool if I went and saw a dominatrix that specialises in something you don't.
yeah, I would be all right with that. Yeah, because I'm
What?
a dominatrix, so I know, like, there's certain things I can't do. If you were like, babe, could you stick needles through my testicles?
Absolutely not.
I'd be like, yeah, okay, I've got a friend that could do that for you. Can I observe and learn?
Can
I observe
make
and
notes,
learn?
please?
Yeah, and help.
I'll bring a
What?
dictaphone and a pen. It sounds
But,
terrible.
Yeah, no, I'd be okay with that. I mean, we've done some fruitacious things in our vanilla kink lives together. So
I don't think we've ever had a vanilla life. Why don't? That's
No,
not a
that's
thing.
not
We've
true,
not done
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I think we did maybe the first weekend. We were both pretending we weren't freaks.
We weren't freaks. Freaking baby.
Right, so I've got a question for you.
Oh, gosh, another one. Another one.
You excited?
I'm so excited.
What is the most misunderstood part of your career?
Oh, is that I'm a prostitute.
Okay.
I'm a fancy prostitute.
Yeah.
That's probably the most... Yeah, that's one of them.
Like, why do you think that is? Is it just narrow-mindedness, or people just don't understand what
People
it is
don't
you
understand
do,
it.
or-
People don't understand dominatrixes. They just think it's all about... What they see is the stuff they see on YouPorn.
On
and
what, sorry?
Pornhub. That YouPorn and the Pornhubs and all of the porn sites.
I've never heard of these
All
sites.
these pornographies.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, pornography sites give the impression that this is what it's like. But at the end of the day, people have got to remember that they're selling porn.
Mm-hmm.
So session. Some people will session, and some people will have sex with their slaves, and that
Yeah.
you know, all the power to them. I'm not ever here to kink shame or judge or anything. Every mistress does
Oh, I
things
will judge.
differently.
Don't worry, I will.
No,
I'll do that part for you.
No. But everyone does something differently. So yeah, it's what it is. That's what people think. They think it's dirty and seedy. And actually, I have some really good relationships with my subs. And
Yeah,
we
you
have
do.
great fun. I go out for lunch with them.
Mm-hmm.
We go for picnics, go for walks. Really good for mental health.
Yeah.
One of my subs, I've only ever done one real life session with him, and all of the other sessions we've done have been us going into geek stores, me telling him to do his steps every day, daily, meeting his exercise targets,
Yeah.
and he sends me whatever he eats every day, so I can watch his weight for him because that's what he wanted.
That's beautiful.
So yeah, it's not always about punishing people or sticking things up their arse or, you know, making them eat a mushed up banana between my toes. There's so much more to it, and I think people forget that we're humans.
It is a huge part of your career. Or career? Is that the right word? I keep
Career.
saying that.
Yeah,
because
well,
I can't think of
yeah, I
another
suppose, yeah,
accepted
career.
vernacular for it.
Yeah, it's career. I put my gear on and I go to work, don't I?
Yeah, I suppose so.
I wear a uniform.
I forgot what I was going to say now. Oh yeah, no, like a huge part of your I'm going to say career again. Fuck it. A huge part of your career, I've noticed since you started doing this, well, essentially full time, I suppose, is that you spend so much time in aftercare with your clients.
Oh yeah.
Like as much time as you do in a session, easily.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Which is just mental. That never occurred to me that was needed. I'm stuttering. It never occurred to me that was something that was needed.
It's not always needed, but it's just really good practice. It's like, you know, your work books, the health and safety books that you read at work, which you're meant to read but you don't.
No one's ever read them.
Exactly. It's like reading the instructions to dishwasher. But yeah, no, aftercare is really... We're dealing with people. We're dealing with people, and, you know, these people have gone through... If you've gone through a really heavy 2-hour session of breath play, latex, things like that, you might come out a bit shell-shocked.
Yeah.
So I always offer a nice sugary cup of tea and a biscuit, which
Yeah.
everyone always finds so odd. I'm not like, just fuck off home. I'm like, all right, Poppet, are you okay now? Do you need a shower? Do you want to freshen up?
Do you want a brew?
Yeah, do you want a little cuppa? Yeah. And they're like, I find it so bizarre how you go from, fuck you, you do as I say, to, you all right, darling? Yeah? Do you want a little bicky? little biggie. Go on then.
Would you like a
But
fairy cake?
Would ya? I've baked this lovely banana bread in lockdown. Would you like some?
Fucking banana bread.
But yeah, no. I deal with people all day long, and people need to be looked after. And some of the stuff that we do is really intense. Some people have feelings of guilt because they are in relationships. And sometimes it's just good to talk things through with people.
Yeah.
After they've been through something. So.
That's nice.
And yeah, and I stay in touch with loads of them. A lot of them look after me, and they have done since lockdown. They've sent little vouchers. I've had one that cooks for me and brings me food. Lots of gifts through the post. I've even had like vets bills paid for me, all sorts. So I've been really, really lucky that I've got some really tremendous submissives in my life.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, well, you seem to have a good.
I have
bunch.
I have a really good crowd. I think I'm quite lucky. I'm very picky.
You've got a bragging right. And I just want to make sure I'm correct in this, that every single submissive that's been to see you, other than the guy that lives really far away, has been to see you again and again and again since, right?
Yeah, I've got my regulars. There's some that obviously can't afford it.
Yeah, but you haven't had any that have been once and never come back.
Oh, no, I've always had a really good...
That's crazy.
Yeah. There was one guy that came twice and then I never saw him again. But that's because I think it was more on his part. He was a bit mentally unhinged, shall we say.
Was that the guy that fell in love with you?
That might have been him.
It's understandable.
Yeah, I've had many a man fall in love.
Oh my god.
I sucked the souls out of them. No.
Yeah.
But it is, it's part of being a good submissive. It's probably, you find your mistress attractive, you adore them, and it comes part and parcel. You need to adore your mistress. You need to put her first. That's a big part of being submissive, and that's what a lot of people don't understand in a DS relationship.
Yeah.
Her needs come before yours.
Do they?
100%.
Fair enough. So you were saying a minute ago that a misunderstood part of your career is that people often think that it's the same as being a brass, a prostitute.
Yeah, and I would say the second one is that people think we're just bitches, we're hard fists, all we do is spank and peg and do all this brutal stuff, when actually it's so far from the truth. That's only like 30% of what I do.
Yeah, I mean,
some of it's real light sensual stuff, like even massage play and ice cubes and sensory play and sensory deprivation. So yeah, like it's
and you do like puppy play and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, puppy play.
I mean, you can't be brutal doing puppy play, surely.
Well, you can be, but I choose not to be.
Yeah.
But every dom's different, and I think that's also a different misconception, is that we're all the same. We're not. You get so many different types. You get the governess, the corporal punishment lady. You get mummy doms. There's all different types of doms.
You get a what now? What was that last one?
A mummy dom.
A mummy dom.
Yeah, so like an older mother figure that sort of mummies them like, it's okay. You're
that's
alright.
very Freudian, isn't it?
Yeah, but
wow,
this is where everyone's fetishes and kinks come from, is your adolescence.
Yeah.
Something imprinted on you as a young person, and then like as you were growing up in your horny days, and then it's imprinted on you.
Yeah.
A bit like serial killers, something pretty nasty has come from their past and they're bringing it up into, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of frightening that you've likened what you do to being a serial killer.
No, well. What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
That's it, if the hat
There
fits,
you go.
la vie.
Nay.
Right, so common myths. Common myths about your life and your role. Got any?
That I fuck them.
Uh-huh.
I don't. Well, I do in the bum, but I'm fully clothed.
Oh, Jesus. You made me shudder again.
You
That's the
really
second
don't like
time
it.
already. Oh, gosh.
That every dominatrix's boyfriend or girlfriend is a submissive, because you're not. So that's a real common one.
Oh, right, this is a myth.
Like,
right,
yeah,
sorry,
a
I
lot of
zoned out.
dominatrixes, they think that, that if you're a dominatrix, you're naturally a submissive partner, and that's not
Oh,
true.
okay, yeah.
That's not true. Although actually it's really common. A lot of the dominatrixes that I know and see actually have ended up marrying their submissives.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, so there's hope for me yet.
Fuck yeah.
That's not very nice.
Yeah. Other myths. What myths?
Yeah, I don't think it is. Well, I guess it is a myth, isn't it? The whole dominatrixes end up with a partner that's a submissive. Because I think
Yeah.
most of the ones that we know, they're with partners that are submissive, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you just lucked out.
Oh man, there's still time.
There very much is. So what is, like, for you, what is more pleasing for you? Is it is it a sub that's, you know, submissive and just wants to please and stuff, or is it your physical punishment side of things? What do you enjoy the most?
Both. I couldn't choose one.
No, you've got to.
No.
Gun to the head scenario.
Then I shoot you. And then the problem's gone away.
Gun to the head scenario.
Yeah, I shoot you.
Do you like the submissive, real submissive types, or do you like kicking shit out of them?
Oh, I like both. It depends what mood I'm in. I've got 2 different moods. I've got one that's really loving and kind, and I want to look after them because they look after me. And the other one is, you've turned up 10 minutes late, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. So I just never know who I'm going to get on the day.
I've heard them when they've been here late. That's hilarious.
I'm just, I posted up a video the other day, actually, on my OnlyFans of a guy who turned up late. Went home with a rather sore bottom.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did. Beat him. He loved it. Kicking the balls as well. He took it like a pro, to be fair.
Oh, Jesus.
Very flinchy. I sent it to him earlier and he had a right old laugh.
Did
He's
he?
like, yeah, he messaged me. He was like, who's that lucky bastard? And I was like, it's you. And he went, oh my God, it is me. So funny.
That's ridiculous.
I know, so funny.
So you have like personal... You have like... I don't know what you call them. Slaves?
Lifestyle slaves.
Lifestyle slaves. You have personal lifestyle slaves that essentially look after you.
Yeah, so
outside of the dominatrixy role. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got a couple of them.
How does a submissive become that guy? Because that is the guy that
everyone
most
wants
submissives
to be.
want to be, right? They want to be your number one guy that gets your shoes polished and cleans your feet and I don't know, pays your haircut.
Basically, it's a lot of hard work. I think it's like a fantasy for a lot of people because they don't want to spend money. But it doesn't matter what kind of avenue or route you're going down, you're still going to have to spend money because if you want to be a lifestyle sub, then you have to contribute to your mistress's life. So like her beauty treatments, things like that. I have a few lifestyle, like how many do I have? I have about 3 lifestyle subs. So if I ever need anything like a lift, which I've used before, haven't I? After girls' drinks, a lift. If I needed my house cleaning, if I needed my beauty therapies paid for, if I just needed anything or a shoulder to cry on and you weren't about, then, or I needed to have a right old moan, or I needed a website bill, or I needed something like that done, then I'd go to them and they would do that for me without question of it, like shadow of a doubt. They would just, I would say jump and they would say how high. But they've earned that. It's been months and months and months. We've done sessions. We've, really learned about each other. They know their expectations, what's expected of them.
So you've essentially built up a relationship.
Yeah.
To the fullest extent without peeing the vaggie.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
If I'm being crass.
Yes.
Which I am.
You're crass.
So that's literally how you do it then. You just
it's
put the work in, right?
Yeah, it's a real time consuming thing and it's not an overnight thing. I think people just think it's an overnight thing and it's not. It's a real hard
labour of love, I think
yeah,
you call it.
That's what it is, yeah.
So I mean, because you use these people for I've seen you do it before where you've phoned them up and said, I'm taking my boyfriend out tonight, book me a table somewhere.
Yeah, well, when the world was open, yeah.
Yeah, obviously when the world was open.
Yeah, I'm like, can you find a restaurant? I haven't got the time to do it. Can you make this, do this reservation? And then generally they have like a nice little bottle of wine for us waiting at the table or things like that, don't they? We've had that before. That was adorable.
Yeah, a few times, yeah.
Just like little things like that, real nice touches. If I'm feeling down or I'm feeling really sad, and they know how to judge it. If I'm very quiet on my phone or I've not been around for a couple of days and I've not been my bubbly self, then I generally get like a little pick me up in the post. So a little diary or a card or some flowers. It's just being on top of your game, being thoughtful. And
flowers, that takes me back to Valentine's Day here.
Oh my God, that was mental.
That was just ridiculous.
God, I got so much. I even got a phone and a watch. That was crazy.
Yeah, but I mean the flowers.
Yeah,
the flowers were obscene.
Yeah, they were beautiful.
I don't know why I bothered buying you any. I came back with 24 roses, opened the door, and there was like 50,000 fucking roses in the kitchen. I was like, you're having a laugh.
Hey, it's the thought that counts. You're not all there to outdo each other. It's the thought.
I can't be bothered.
Yeah, but I think that's what people.
Can't be bothered.
It's not always about the biggest, fanciest, expensivest stuff. It's not like people are like, oh, look at me with my Louboutins, and I'm like, that's great. Okay, he spunked 500 quid on a pair of shoes, but is he going to pick you up when you're in a pickle? Probably not. I could go out to the nightclub with my mates and know that any time I could ring one of these guys up and I will get home safely, unhurt, not raped, Do you know what I mean? I'd have no money.
Unhurt and not raped.
Yeah.
Sounds like a brilliant night.
A brilliant night. But as a woman, it's, you know, that's having that security is really important, and to have that trust in people when you're a dominatrix and you're at your most vulnerable as well when you're drunk, knowing that those people are going to act within their limits and your limits is great. It's great, and that's what makes them really good lifestyle subs. And I've picked mine very carefully.
Yeah, you've had have you had one before you've sacked off?
Yeah, I've had to sack some off before.
Oh, some. I thought it was just the one.
It was really sad, to be fair. Like, it gets to a point where, yeah, it's just really sad. It's like a breakup almost, because you spend a lot of time on them. You train them up to what you like. You speak to them every day, and it's really sad. It's like losing a friend when they go. And people, I think one of the biggest misconceptions is that dominatrixes don't have feelings. We don't develop feelings when we really do, and we become really close to the people that look after us.
Yeah.
And it's really hurtful when they disappear or when something's gone wrong and you don't speak again. It's
yeah, it's got to be pretty terrible, I guess.
Yeah, and it happens quite often. Subs will pop in and out. But the lifestyle ones, I've been really good. I've chosen quite wisely. So
yeah, some of them do seem really spotty. Is that like
really sporadic? Yeah, that's a huge thing, especially on Twitter and online subs. It's just a real big turnover. They jump from mistress to mistress.
They seem to be there and on the phone and here like all the time for ages. Then all of a sudden they just vanish. Like,
they do.
Never existed.
Just go, just gone.
And then they pop back up again in a couple of months.
Oh yeah, because they've moved on to another one or they've taken a break. The thing is, if they just said, "Oh, hey, I'm taking a break," you'd be fine with it, but they don't. Yeah. They just go quiet, and it's just like, it then makes you question yourself, and you're like, "Did I do something wrong?" And then you're like, "Nah, did I fuck?"
Oh, God. Nah. You nearly showed you were a human.
I'm not a human. I'm a cyborg.
Right, screw this. Let's get onto the weird stuff.
Okay.
Weird stuff. I want you to tell me.
Yeah.
No names or faces or anything like that. Weirdest requests.
You know which one it is.
Oh, I know which one it is. They don't know which one it is. Oh. Tell them. Tell the people.
But it's also my favourite session, which is crazy.
Yeah, you are weird. Like, the stuff that I'm like, that is so gross. You're like, oh, this is fucking brilliant. Tell me.
Okay, so the weirdest ever one. There's a guy that comes to see me, and he's on his 9th session, and he does some really weird stuff. But the guy that completely supersedes this is he came to the house. He had 3 pints of.
Oh God!
No, it wasn't 3 pints. It was 6 pints of blue milk.
I'm gonna try and breathe through this, guy. Sorry, because
and
I know this story and it's
tub
haunting.
of live worms. And basically, he wanted to dress up as a woman, lipstick on him, so completely sissified and humiliated. Then I forced him to drink this 6 pints of milk, which would make anyone sick.
Was it full fat or?
It was full fat, blue top.
Wow.
Oh, just that makes me feel sick.
Oh, is that what you mean when you say blue milk?
Yeah, blue milk.
I was
that
envisaging
blue
milk.
No,
not blue
the
top
blue
milk.
top milk.
Oh,
The full fat, the real creamy cream.
Okay.
And then live worms that he'd bought himself from the. He was late because he had to go and get the worms from the tackle shop down the road.
Good Lord.
And so he downed all this milk, and then I had to feed him live worms, and then I had to get him to hold them in and then make him sick.
That's...
And then he wanked himself off whilst
Lord.
being sick into the toilet.
Oh,
and then after
Lord.
he'd finished wanking, I made him eat his own cum.
Oh, I need a minute.
That was probably, that was up there.
Oh, I feel like somebody's just been sick all over my brain.
It was really good fun. But it was really good fun because it wasn't actually that offensive. I feel sorry for the worms, but it didn't smell like sick or anything. It was because he drank so much milk.
God.
I was having a great time. It was bloody hilarious.
That is definitely a weird request.
I did have a super bad hangover, and that definitely didn't help.
Oh, I remember that.
I was so hungover.
You were so hungover. Where did we go? What happened that night?
I don't know. I think we just had too many to drink.
We did something.
And I totally forgot that I had him coming. And then, do you remember? It was like
Literally.
an hour before. And I was like, brr,
yeah, that is.
And he was throwing up in the toilet. Weird. And I'm trying so hard not to throw up on him. I'm like, brr. And we're just all, oh, God, that could have ended up like the human centipede of sick. Oh,
yeah, no thanks. That is just unbelievable. I don't understand. I'm not doing the shaming thing.
It sounds like you are.
I'm not doing the shaming thing. I cannot understand how you can get sexual gratification from something like
Because
that.
he's being incredibly humiliated. He's being vulnerable. When you're being sick, it's a really vulnerable situation to be in. It's like when you're a dog taking a shit.
Okay, but
Dogs look
why
around.
milk and worms?
Because milk is not offensive for the tummy. It's not too acidic, and it's easy to throw up. It's quite thick in consistency. And worms are gross, and he likes to eat gross stuff. It's just his thing. He just likes to push himself into those he likes to push his own boundaries. He's like, I don't think I can do it. And I'm like, you can do it. Go on, you can do it. He's like, I can't do it. And I was like, you can fucking do it, and you fucking will.
You're a sadist.
Yeah, I am. And that's why I'm a dominatrix.
Oh, it's just frightening. Yeah, there's some of the stuff you tell me, I'm like, I do not get that in any way, shape, or
Bag
form.
over the head job. I love that as well.
What do you mean?
When I
Like
put
a
a-
3 a.m. date?
No, I mean like putting
Like the
an
clubs
actual.
are closing, quick grab one, she'll do.
No,
what
don't
do
be
you
so
mean then?
gross. No, where you actually put a bag over their head and you restrict their breathing, and you
kind of
like
bag?
hang them like a plastic bag.
Like a bag for life.
No, like a fucking sandwich bag.
Right, like a Ziploc bag.
Yeah, like kind of like that, but a really big one. So I have a slave that does that, and he pre-orders his equipment, which is great fun. So we've done hog tying with cable ties, which is brilliant.
Yeah.
Bags on the head. The first sized bag he ordered were too small for his head, and that was hilarious trying to get
Please
them
tell
on.
me they're not the bags I use for my sandwiches.
They may or may not be.
Oh my god, they are, aren't
Depends
they?
if we've run out.
Oh my god. I'm using asphyxiation masturbation bags as my sandwich bags, aren't
You
I?
are so welcome. They're so fresh.
God.
Freshly breathed through bags.
Oh god. So glad my sandwiches don't taste lubey.
Oh.
That's so bad.
Who needs lube when you've got spit?
Yeah, okay, brilliant. You're the best.
I know.
Right, so what advice have you got for people, ladies I'm guessing, wanting to delve into the world of becoming a dominatrix?
Don't.
Don't.
Because I will find you and I will kill you. No.
You can't say that because you train people how to become dominatrixes. So
What would I
advice have
say?
you got
I'd
for
say
them?
find a dom that you like the look of, someone that is similar to the kind of things that you'd be interested in learning. And see if you can shadow them, or at least get a few tippers. Tippers? What was that? Tippers?
I don't know, darling.
I don't know what I said then. But yeah, definitely get in contact with other doms. Speak to other people. Do as much research as you can.
Yeah.
Research, trial and error, a lot of it is. And yeah, just always be confident. You can't do this if you're not actually a dominatrix. If you haven't got it in you and you're not naturally a dominant woman, then I would just say give up now. It's not for you. Find something else.
I think every group of friends has that one friend where you're
yeah.
like, she would definitely be a dominatrix.
Yeah, like bossy bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
talks
one that,
over
like,
others.
Yeah, gobs off at the waiter, that
Yeah,
one.
it's me.
It
It's
is.
me.
So that's
Yeah.
it, yeah.
So yeah, just find someone that you can shadow under. Don't do it to make a quick buck, because you won't.
Hell no.
It's not a quick buck. I think that's a misconception. People seem to think it's like real easy work. You just spank people and that's it. It doesn't work like that. It really doesn't.
You can make good money out of it eventually.
Oh, yeah,
but
100%.
We have spent thousands on your
Oh
gear.
yeah, but well, that's because
Thousands.
I've got my fungin, and people seem to think that you can just do it from home with a belt. No, you can't. There is more to that. You're going to get
With
such
a
a
belt
limited.
and Ann Summers dildo. so
Yeah,
it'll
oh
work.
god, please don't. That's a joke that's going round. That's a joke. Honestly, the Dom starter kit is a dildo from Love Honey, an Ann Summers PVC kit, and some like, was it a belt or something? It was hilarious. Oh, and a pair of old smelly socks.
Yeah, that's mad. I mean, some of your
madness.
custom custom latex things.
Oh
they're
my
like
god, they're in the hundreds.
£500.
Yeah,
It's
my
just mad.
mummification bag, hundreds, absolutely hundreds. The equipment I use.
Wait.
Yeah,
You what?
mummification. Sensory
Mummification.
deprivation, yeah. So you literally dress someone up like a mummy.
Uh-huh.
They're in a bag, a body bag,
Like
essentially.
Big Mama's House Mummy or like
No, like
Brendan Fraser in The Mummy?
yeah, like Brendan Fraser, like Tutankhamun,
Okay.
that kind of dude,
Uh-huh.
wrapped up, and you know, with a hood on and everything locked in, and you know, things like that were custom made. They're very expensive. They're leather, so it's very expensive. The things I wear.
Are they leather or are they pleather?
No, these are proper leather. If you
Oh.
if you want something that's going to last.
Yeah.
You can't just be buying your dildos all off Wish and stuff. You need to really invest in some good equipment.
Yeah, those fantasy dildos. We spoke about this the other day. I had a look at the price of them online.
Yeah.
That's obscene.
Yeah, they're really
You're
expensive.
talking about £120.
Yeah.
English pounds.
Yeah, they're crazy expensive.
For a floppy dildo that looks like a dog's dick.
Yeah, horse's dick actually. Horse's dick.
No,
That's
there
what
was
I
all.
thought.
They had dog dick on there.
Oh my
They
god.
even had
Who
werewolf
is-
dick.
Oh, what?
A werewolf dick.
Oh my god.
Who the fuck? Who wants to get fucked by a werewolf dick?
An alpha. You can
Somebody
only say that
somebody
you're an
who's watched
alpha.
Twilight too much. That's what it
You
is.
could definitely say you're an alpha if you took on a werewolf dick.
No, I'm alright.
Go on.
No, honestly, I've checked my
Just a
diary.
little one.
I'm fully, but I've got so much to do. I cannot fit that in.
Just a little one?
Figuratively
Unicorn
and
horn.
literally. Yes,
Unicorn
they also
horn.
have a unicorn horn on there.
They do. And tentacle. One
Yeah.
tentacle.
Yeah, you
I've got
mentioned that
I
the
think
other day.
I've got a fantasy dragons one, haven't I? Yeah, I've
You
got a
have,
dragon
yeah,
one.
it's black and
I've got so
red.
many. I've got like a gay pride one, which I love.
Because I asked you how do they know what a dragon's dick looked like, and you didn't answer me.
I have no idea.
Well, they must have reference drawings. How can they just
Oh,
make
I
it
don't
up?
know. They just did. They were like, oh, look at this dick with some spikes and stuff on it. Make it look cool. Swirl it around
I've
with
got
red
some
and black.
questions to ask these people. I've sent them a very strongly worded email.
Don't. Some of the stuff that you find on those websites are hilarious. My mate Laura, the Dom, she
Laura
does,
the Dom?
Miss Laura Coates, my dominatrix friends. She got sent a sex doll, and it's just the torso of a sex doll, and they were like, we need you to advertise this and do pictures, and she's like, what the fuck am I going to do with this sex doll?
What?
And
Without a head?
Yeah, it's got no head. It's just a fanny.
So it's just-
a fanny and boobs. Like, literally a vagina, boobs, and a butthole. And she's ended
Wow.
up, like, doing videos of her fucking it with, like, a strap on. And they've done really well.
Really?
She even put a foot in it as well. Oh, my God, the thing she was doing to that
She
doll.
wore it like a slipper.
Yeah, no, she literally did.
Oh,
Oh, my
white.
God, don't. But, no, we were cracking up. We were cracking up when she was putting all sorts in there. She was like, look, it's a great wine holder.
I just came up with a really good Cinderella joke just
Oh,
then,
God,
but
what was
I'm
it?
not going to do it now because the moment's past.
Oh.
Good lord. So, have you got any other dominatrix friends you want to shout out, or is it just Mistress Laura?
Madam Malevolent.
Madam Malevolent? What is
Malevolent. Malevolent. Oh my God, I'm tired. Can you tell it's been a long
it?
day?
I can tell.
It has been a long day. Some of us have been busy.
You've done nothing today.
I
You've
have.
done sunbathing.
Yes, I did with my slave. It's been a tough old day. I had to walk around a lot.
Sounds terrible.
It was terrible.
You need one of those subs that are into pony play.
Oh God. Well, he was my puppy.
Yeah, well you need a pony so they can horseback ride you around.
Oh God.
That'd be quite
Actually,
good,
we were talking about that. We were talking about that today.
Uh-huh.
He was like, I could probably do pony play. I could extend into that. He's like, anything that's that sort of play I like. And I was like,
Anything
right.
that's on all fours.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's the whole like animalistic thing of it.
You want to throw him a curveball, see if he would do like ostrich play.
I reckon he'd do anything I told him to. He
Sure.
did. He said that. He said he's like, I just would do anything you told me to. I was like, would you eat my shit? He was like, oh.
Why would you go there? That's so dark.
I don't
so
know,
quick.
but I just fancied seeing how far I could push him. So, I was like, take this turd. No, I didn't really. That's my limit. That's my hard
Just
limit. I
presented
can't.
him as shit in a box.
Don't. Do you know there's actually a thing called Scatbook? It's like Facebook, but full of turds. I'm not on there. It's not my bag. But
Don't anybody Google that.
Scatbook.
It just
I'm
sounds
the scat
horrendous
man.
already. My email inbox is going to be full of scat pictures now, isn't it? I can tell. I already know it's going to happen.
Had a real messy night. Hashtag Scatbook.
It sounds so hanging. It's unreal.
Shush.
Right, so real quick fire question for you.
Okay.
What is... I mean, I obviously know this, but this, again, is for the people out there that don't know you very well.
Okay.
What is your sexual orientation?
Bisexual.
Excuse me?
A bi.
A bi?
Sexual.
Sexual.
A bisexual. I like a little of column A and I like a little of column B.
You do. And how many lady submissives have you had dealings with?
A few. It's more common than people think. I've
Yeah.
got some on my OnlyFans. I've had some in real life. I've had some on the internet.
Did I just hear an OnlyFans plug?
OnlyFans! No,
Nice way of dropping that in.
I can't plug myself
Wow.
because I'm anonymous.
Oh, yeah, right.
I wouldn't be able to tell you all of my dirt.
You're anonymity. It's not
Anonymity.
going to last 2 minutes, and we all know this.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Yeah, so you've had a few. Yeah, you do have some on your OnlyFans. don't
Yeah,
you?
I
What are they
like it.
into? There's something weird.
Oh, farting.
Fart.
Yeah. Don't laugh. Stop shaming.
Oh God.
Stop it.
I'm
Farts
not
are sexy
shaming.
too.
Farts are
Everyone
funny.
loves a lovely love puff.
Farts are funny. Come on.
They
now.
are. They make huge money.
They do.
They are.
You do very well out of your
My
bottom coughs.
I do. My
As
bottom
my nan would
coughs.
call them.
My bottom coughs. No, I love it. It's good fun. Why not? Why not?
I have absolutely no reason as to why not.
Exactly.
You do you, girl.
I do me.
Right, so how
And I do you.
this is more, I've got a more deep and meaningful question for you.
Okay.
How do you think that your dominatrix role affects your relationship with your very handsome, clever and funny husband here?
Who?
You know.
Who is he?
Come on, tell me the answer.
So who is he? Who are we talking about here?
Me. Tell me the answer here.
Oh no, you've got some of that wrong. No jokes. Yeah, it affects our relationship. Of course it does. You get a bit on edge sometimes about what I'm doing.
Oh yeah, I worry a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, you worry like ridiculously.
Yeah.
Which is cute in some ways, but also kind of irritating. I'm a big girl. Please let me handle my shit.
You are a great big girl.
Hey, not that big. Fuck you.
Unit.
Oi.
Go on.
And yeah, no, we do. Like, it can be hard for you. I'm on my phone a lot. I'm spending a lot of time with other guys, so naturally it must be really difficult for you. But at the end of the day, I'm really open and honest with you, as much as I can be. And yeah, like I tell you everything. So
yeah, I think
I feel like
you would have to have one hell of a strong relationship to be able to do this.
Yeah, but we do. We have a really good relationship.
You
know, we've done other things in the past as well.
I don't know what that means.
You know what we've done. We've done the stuff.
You need to look at the microphone.
We've done this. No, I got all shy then. We've done the stuffs with other people's.
Oh right,
The
yeah, I'm
stuffs
with
in
you.
the menages.
The menage.
The Nicki Minaj toises.
Yeah. But no, I mean, like in general, you'd have to have an
Yeah.
extremely strong bond with your
We're
significant
two
other.
really, really strong people, and we've got a really strong bond. I mean, we're still together after lockdown, and I could have easily have slit your throat and done a runner.
I've slit your throat so many times in my head, it's unbelievable.
Well, same. I've already cut your testicles off millions of times.
I often think about holding my hands behind my back and running into a wall as hard as I can
I
just
wish
to get
you
away
would.
from you.
Oh God, I really wish you would. Can I film it? It'd make great content.
Did you just say content?
Content. It will make great content.
Why did you go French all of a
I
sudden?
don't know. Content. It'd make a very good content.
Content superbe. Such a weirdo.
And I'm tired. I can't help it.
Yeah, well, soz.
Ugh,
Right, so
so insincere.
so you didn't start doing this role of yours, this career of yours, until we were into our relationship, right? This wasn't something you were previously doing.
No, but I've done stuff in the past.
Yeah,
I've done
sure.
lots of things like this in the past.
Yeah, sure.
It's just I hadn't really thought of it as a full-timer.
So you were not full-timing this when we got together.
No.
Would you have...
Meow.
Can you hear the cat in the background?
Yeah.
He's so gobby.
It's my pussy. She's getting wild.
So would you have done this without my my support? Look, if I'd have said, absolutely not, love.
Then I would have said, ba 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 ba. No, I probably. Oh, it's always in me. I've always been a really strong, dominant woman, and it has.
Slut.
And I think if you hadn't have let me do it, then we probably wouldn't have such a great relationship because I would be very angry and frustrated, and I can't dominate you.
No.
And so I would. Yeah, I don't think our relationship would have gone amazingly far, if I didn't have an outlet to express my anger and my sadistic side. I think it's been really helpful
Yeah.
that I can go and do that, really, because it's in me. It's always been in me, and I think that's why our relationship works really well, because I can go and do that, and that's a separate part,
Yeah.
and you know all about it, and then we can just carry on being us.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think I would have got there eventually, but I'm probably nowhere as near the level of success if I didn't have you.
Yeah, I mean, that's more the point that I was getting to. I sort of asked that question so you could essentially say how wonderful I was.
Oh, so
But
wonderful.
it sort of went off on a different tact where you were like, yeah, no, I'd have still done it. Fuck you, I don't really care.
No, I didn't.
But
I
what
said
you should have... Should I do the questions again? Babe, would you have done this without my support?
Oh, absolutely not. You're the best.
Yeah, that's exactly what I
Sorry,
thought.
who's the fucking dom here?
That's exactly what I thought.
Ridiculous.
You did better that time. I'm just going to edit
No.
the first part out. and
No,
it'll
you're
be
not.
Like it never
No.
happened. Right, so, dickbag, if you were not
So
a
rude.
dominatrix, what would you be doing now?
Taking loads of drugs, eating lots of bread, getting real sassy and fat.
Yeah?
Yeah, that kind of thing. Having more cats in my life. Dedicated cat mum. I don't know. What would I be doing? Not a lot, really. dossing about, making poor life choices.
Yeah, just sort of bumbling along, following the 9 to 5, and
I was never going to be a 9 to 5 girl. Let's be honest. It's just not in me.
You're not going to break out into song, no?
Working 9 to 5.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Yeah, I would never be one of those. I've never been that type of person. I couldn't do an office job.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would be doing. Realistically, I'd probably be doing my vanilla job, but more of it.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah, and I would be very unhappy. And my cat that's mewing in the background.
Yeah,
would
I'm really
also
sorry
be...
about Taco gobbing off in the background there.
It's like, let me in. I want to come and talk.
I've shut him out because last time he was a nightmare.
He's like, "Arr."
So you'd just be doing what you're doing now.
I'd just be bumbling
real
along
life.
really, and then going to some wild sex parties.
Yeah.
This way I get to have wild sex parties all day long. What? No. Yeah, I'm just it's very stimulating for someone like myself.
Uh-huh.
And I need to be constantly mentally stimulated, otherwise I get really bored.
Yeah, like a
And when I
kitten.
get bored, yeah, pretty much like a kitten, a ferocious kitten.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what I'd be doing.
Wowzers. You'd have to give that some thought.
I will do, and I'll come back to you.
I've got a final question for you.
Oh God, what is it?
Why are you oh god every time I need a question?
Oh, because I never know what it's going to be.
How big is your... No.
14.
Last question for you. And you probably don't know the answer. Actually, I know the answer to a fair amount of this. What is in the future for MP?
I'm going to branch out. Hopefully, when we move, I'm going to branch out and I'm going to get a big studio. Hopefully, like an industrial unit. I'm going to get a big studio.
We are
I'm
going for a
going
studio,
to do, and it's going to have, obviously different rooms for different things like medical fetish, puppy play, all different kinds of rooms.
Yeah.
Photography bits. And then I want to bring in girls that want to learn to be dominatrixes, do like proper training classes, proper day at the Doms, a bit like day at the horses, like at the horse racing, but day at the Doms. It'd be like Ladies of Ascot, but with slaves and they're the horses. That would be brilliant.
Serve Ladies of Ascot to be whores of hell.
Oh my God, yeah. But we're not whores, we're ladies.
Potato.
Ladies of leisure. I don't know where I was going with that.
So you're onto bigger and better things, yeah?
Yeah, 100%. Carry on building up clients.
Yeah.
And just get bigger and bigger, and a lot more content selling. Content is huge.
You currently are #1 in the world of videos in certain categories, aren't you? I won't say what they are.
No, don't say what they are because that's a giveaway. Yes, and I didn't think it was ever going to happen that quickly because content selling wise, I've only been doing it about 6 months, and I'm really pleased with myself. I've got a few clips up there that have reached #1 and #1 studio, and it's done really well, and it's a huge thing, more and more popular. Content selling, it's huge.
Yeah, I think you're going to start doing some live
live
dominatrix-y
sessions
stuff online as well, right?
Yes, interactive live sessions.
That's the word I was looking for, interactive. So I can essentially watch you spank some old dude and then message you saying, can you spank him again, please?
And I say, yes, sir, that will be £5, please.
Yeah, so
you want me to stick it where? That's a tenner.
Yeah, that's exciting, right?
Yeah, that's so exciting. That's what I've always wanted.
Can we have a room at the back for me?
No.
And the cat?
You can have a cage.
No. I want a room at the back for me and the cat and the podcast.
Okay.
And then I can bring this lot along with us.
This is brilliant. Imagine that. I'm just in a session. You're like trying to do a podcast and this poor guy, I can't take it anymore. You can take it. Take that fist in your butthole. Could you imagine?
I think everyone would love that.
Would they?
To be honest, it sounds magical.
I'd be like, get the coughing gloves. He's birthing.
Oh, God. That doesn't bear thinking about again.
Come on. Love it.
I think that was quite successful. That was a nice little podcast there we've done.
That was enjoyable.
We've just done.
I had a great time.
Yeah?
Thanks for having me.
Have you got anything you want to add?
No.
Have you got anything you want to plug?
No, not really.
No?
I can't really plug myself because I'm anonymous.
Giggity.
Giggity.
No? Any shout-outs?
No.
Any
just
words
make
of
sure.
advice?
Just make sure that if you're a submissive looking for a dominatrix, you do your homework. Don't be that guy with his dick in his hand. Don't be rude. Don't think that you're any more special than anyone else. Don't think if you're a good-looking lad that's going to do you any favours in the world of dominatrixing, because it won't. You're shit.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to. Nope. It doesn't seem to mean anything, does it?
the biggest amount of money, the fittest ones. Nope. It is all about how you approach and how you treat your dominatrix, and that's really it.
Yeah, it's just mainly about building up a relationship and a rapport with your
100%.
dominatrix, isn't it?
You can throw all the money at the world at us, but we can't. If we're not getting good vibes, there's no connection, then I'm not going to bother for any sort of money. So.
Yeah, especially I think maybe if you're like a less busy dominatrix, perhaps you might.
Yeah.
But I think when you've built yourself up to, especially the point where you're at now, where you can quite happily just sack off 5 people a day and say, no, thank you, I don't like it. You'll all get there if you work hard enough, right?
Maybe. I don't want to give anyone false hope or promises. It's not easy to do.
We'll beat you down instead. Don't bother.
No, like totally. But oh my god, shut up! Like totally bother. But I just want people to know it's not quick. It's not easy. It's not. You can't just decide to do it one day and that's it. It's like anything. It's a lot of learning. It's a lot of training. These are human people that we're dealing with, and you've got to really be on your game. You've got to really know what you're doing. You can't go in there blind. You can't just learn on the job. You've got to have some sort of common sense and wits about you and things like that before really getting involved in it, and make sure you do your homework and your research.
I think research is a huge part, isn't it? Right?
You can really hurt someone, and I mean like really hurt someone in not a good way if you do something wrong. Yeah, no, but if you do something wrong, you could really mess up. There was a dominatrix and she killed someone. Someone had a heart attack on a table and she went through hell because of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a movie and everything made out of it. But it was.
There was a movie?
Yeah, it was a movie.
I do not remember this movie.
Yeah, very niche. But it was a movie. Yeah, and he
very niche.
Yeah, and he died. He died while she was in the middle of a dom session, and that is a possibility. It's dangerous. It's dangerous work. You could get some really bad guys in there if you're not clever as well. And they're not vetting them and you're not taking deposits, and it's all fun and games, but there's a real dark side to it as well.
See, that's a sneaky obviously not a lot of people know this, but that's a sneaky thing that you do is you get deposits from people, so they have to pay you online, right?
Yeah, and then I get their name.
There's
pretty
a paper
much.
trail.
Yeah, there's a paper trail.
If anything did go square.
Yeah, protect yourself. Always protect yourself. You can be the most dominant, strongest woman in the world, but it will just take one bad egg and you could be all game over.
Yeah, absolutely it could.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's something we spoke about a lot when we first started this, right?
That's why we've got cameras and all sorts around here, and I get deposits and
the cat, it'll do ya.
It'll do ya. He'll take your eyes out.
He does not mess around, that boy.
He does not. His bollocks are big.
And on that bombshell, it's been great. Thank you ever so much for joining us, guys. If you could, by any chance, jump over to Spotify and leave a review on here. I'm trying to get this on iTunes, but iTunes is being a dick. So as and when you find it on there, again, leave a review. If you want to go see the website address is danielvandal.com. On there, you'll find our episodes and a few other bits and bobs. And that's essentially it from me. Thank you so much for joining us. And we'll catch you again on a new episode next week. Oh, I forgot the name of it. I tried to remember it earlier. What's the next one called? Oh, the next episode is called Wrecking Balls. It'll be available next week. Thank you guys. Toodle pip.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
It sound right, boy.